Courtier's Head of Asset Management James Timpson is here to tell us about what's been happening in markets throughout October and who he thinks is going to win the US election. James, hi. Tell us first, what's been happening in markets?
Well, Leo, most markets posted a negative return in October, a small negative return, just slightly offsetting what's otherwise been a really positive year so far. So obviously speculation has been increasing over interest rate cuts and what impact that could have on inflation and the global economy. So markets have been getting a bit jittery about that. And of course you've got the upcoming US election as well, which has increased uncertainty. So that VIX index, the one which tracks the implied volatility of the US equity market, that's just been hovering above its 10-year average for quite a while now. So there's still lots of uncertainty over what interest rate cuts and the US election can bring. And of course in the UK we had the budget last week. Rachel Reeves obviously announcing lots of tax increases over the next year. The initial market response to the budget was slightly uneasy. The FTSE 100 index lost about 1.3% in the 2 days that followed, and the 10-year gilt yield, that rose to its highest level in nearly a year. So the initial market response to the budget has been just a bit cautious, a bit uneasy.
So over the seas then, what are your thoughts? What are you seeing with regards to the US election? Any clues on that?
Yeah, so we're recording this on Tuesday morning, so the US is currently waking up on the day of the polls. And yeah, at the time of recording, it's still not certain who's going to win. The market is currently favouring Donald Trump slightly. He has a slight favourite, according to the odds at the moment, but it is still close to call, so it'll be interesting to see over the coming days how it goes. Looking back at the last couple of elections, when Donald Trump won in 2016, the initial market reaction to that was positive. The S&P 500 index rose over 1% on the day, then rose a further 1.6% during the rest of that month. Then, of course, 4 years ago we had Joe Biden winning in 2020, but that happened around the same time that Pfizer unveiled their vaccine. So markets went on to have their best day for years. So it's actually quite difficult to tell what his immediate impact on the market was. But over those last two elections, overall markets have actually done really well under those two presidents. So it's difficult to say, what specific impact either president winning would have.
Safe to say, though, that the thoughts of yourself and the investment team, we can expect those shortly after the results are in?
Yes, I'm sure we'll get something out. And as I mentioned in last month's video, our US equity exposure at the moment is currently the most diversified it's ever been. So as well as having that large cap exposure with the S&P 500, we've also got small cap exposure and value exposure as well. So we're not too worried if markets do become more volatile over the coming weeks, because we're really well positioned to mitigate the effects that volatility will have.
James, we'll look forward to your next update on stage at the client seminars in December.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Thanks for your time. If you have any questions, please speak to your advisor or contact us through the website and we'll be happy to help. Thanks for watching.